Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto I.O., the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, so you don't have to. My name is Not Important. Let's go. SEC settles on security claim in Lbry case. Community calls it a big win for crypto. I'm actually really curious to read that. FTX sister company Alameda Research sues Voyager Digital for $446 million. We're broke. Give us money you owe us. I'm sorry, guys. Montenegro's central bank teams up with Ripple on digital currency pilot project. The SEC has taken L's left and right. Let's look at the market. All right. Current market cap is still holding just above 1 trillion. That's cool. I'm not mad about that. Let's see if there's any big game. I mean, today is probably going to be a sideways day from what I can tell. No crystal ball here, but let's scroll down and see what we got going on. Dogecoin. I guess Dogecoin had a mini pump yesterday. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand Doge. Sorry, guys. I'm not on board. Polygon still up 7.45% on the week. Litecoin's moving a little bit. Is there any other thing that didn't get smacked terribly bad from the dip the other day? APT Aptos still up 30% on the week, down 6% for the day and 24 hours. OKB 6%, nothing too crazy. Yeah, it's looking sideways. Phantom's still doing well from the pullback. It looks like it's about it. I'm just blowing through here. Nothing crazy. Trust Wallet token, 9% on the week, 3.42 on the day. Dash. Oh my God, there's an old project right there. Dash on 16% for the week, holding pretty even for the day. Looks about it on the first 100. Yeah, everything's kind of sideways right now after the pullback. Nothing crazy, a couple of outliers. DYDX, I don't even know what this is. Almost 40% on the week, still 1.23 on the day. Interesting. All right, guys, moving on. Bitcoin. Hey, so what's the story we're looking at? This is a 4-hour Bitcoin. I don't know if this wedge or this triangle or bull pennant, whatever you want to call it at this point, is still in play or potentially invalidated. There's two ways I can look at this, right? Clearly we got a good solid on the 4-hour. We got a good solid candle bounce off of this 22,738 level that's been up here for a little bit. Which is even more intriguing is that we got a wick bounce off of the bottom of this pattern. So what are we doing? Are we ranging here? Is this a sideways flag that we had talked about? A consolidation flag, bull flag, just moving sideways to the right. This was a bull trap. Or is this entire wedge just completely out of play and this price action is just playing in between these levels? Not sure. I don't know how to. I'm still taking my time on trying to understand how to read this and what it's doing right now. Again, this is super micro scale too. I want to see what the daily looks like too. Back out real quick. Give me just a second, y'all. See, and if you back out onto the daily, and I mean back out, and you look at it from macro scale, this just looks like a sideways range with, a bull trap right here. Kind of what we did right here. Could we potentially pump? Yeah. But this is a huge resistance level, and it's what I'm keeping my eye on. Aside from the smaller time frames, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, etc., etc. If you're playing those swings, I mean, there's money to be made, absolutely. But I'm looking at this here. I mean, if you want to go super macro, let's look at the weekly. So here's where it gets real. So Bitcoin lulls you to death in a bull or in a bear cycle, guys. On the weekly, the reality is this is just sideways action, and that's what you could be looking at on the macro. But again, reading the story, look at all time frames, make a decision on what you guys want to do. Right now, I'm not I'm not bullish or bearish. We're still doing what we've been doing. Nothing has changed in my mind. Again, like I've said in here, let's go back again before I move on, guys. Sorry. Here is why this level is so important to me, is because of this giant cascade right here. So if we break above this 23,789, and I have two lines there because it was kind of weird when I kind of weird over here when I pulled these levels in. So the 23,876, 23,789. This is super strong resistance, and why this is important to me is that nothing matters right now for me unless we get a huge dip to the downside. But for going up, for looking at a potential next bull cycle kickoff, etc., going up and to the right, whatever you want to call it. Nothing matters to me until we break and hold above this level. It's 23. Let's just say the top of it is 23,876, and it's because of this giant cascade right here. This is where there's not going to be like any big huge resistance, things like that. I think if we break above this 23,876 and we get into this range here, everybody's looking at 25 as that next psychological level. If we break above 25, there's a strong possibility we're going all the way to 28, 29, possibly 30. And this is what I'm really looking for, is right around this range. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'm just some random dude on the internet. Don't take this as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I hate that I have to say this every time, but it just is what it is. Take my information with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Learn how to trade on your own. But this is what I'm looking at to be the strongest breakout point for a big solid move. Besides that, let's just go ahead and move on to Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, same thing. I'm trying to make a decision on if this wedge, here's what I'm looking at, right? I can't tell. Is this trend line still in play? Not necessarily the wedge, but where's the price going? What's it trying to do? Is this top trend line still in play? Did we break under it and now it's resistance? Or is it vice versa? Is the bottom trend line in play? Did we break below the bottom trend line and now that bottom trend line is resistance? Excuse me. Again, this is on the 4 hour. It's been telling the best stories, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that these don't become resistance. Clearly this 1544 is still good support. We broke through it a little bit. We wicked through it, but the candles held above it, just like back here, just like right here, just like over here. So it seems to be a really strong support, that 1544, somewhere around there. So again, guys, nothing too exciting. I'm not sure. Per usual, I'm not sure what the price wants to do, and I sound like I don't know what the hell's going on today, because honestly, anybody who's sitting here telling you I know exactly what the price is going to do, they're full of shit. But just keep an eye on it, guys. Look, you can go back through all my videos and see the levels that I look at for strength and resistance. Anyone you see these lines, it's either a strength or resistance line, and that's just the simple way I trade. Yeah, man, I don't know if that's informative at all. I'm kind of rambling. I'm having trouble waking up this morning. But yeah, guys, look, we knew we were gonna get a pullback. I honestly didn't expect it to be that deep. I was hoping that we would pull back maybe to like, same on Bitcoin, just a little bit, but on Ethereum to 1621, get a bounce and hopefully break through, but we didn't. So we're just watching. We're trying to figure out what these coins want to do. Aside from that, let's move on, guys. Let's just go ahead and get into news, because I'm rambling too much about charts. Again, we're not a trading channel. We're a news channel. All right, y'all. SEC settles on security claim in Lbry case. Community calls it a big win for crypto. I haven't read this article yet. If this is true, I do think this is a big win for crypto. The SEC settled, because they literally just destroyed Lbry, which is really unfortunate. Lbry had a lot of potential. I liked the idea. Anyway, let's go ahead and read it. SEC was hoping to seek affirmation on an ambiguous injunction after scoring a victory during a hearing in November last year, but judges made it clear that the judgment was only for the direct sale. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission admitted on record that the sale of Lbry tokens in the secondary market doesn't constitute as a security. The settlement came during an appeal hearing in the Lbry versus SEC case on January 30th. In what many called a victory for the entire crypto industry against the SEC's overreach regulation by enforcement, Attorney John Deaton, the man himself, settled a major debate during the appeal hearing. The SEC was awarded summary judgment in its favor during November 7th hearing. The judgment categorized each sale of the LBC token during a 6-year period as an investment contract without going into detail about transaction specifics. The SEC hoped to advance its efforts to gain legitimacy in the secondary market and bring it under its purview as well. The SEC has asked the New Hampshire District Court judge to affirm the wide, ambiguous injunction prohibiting its sale. Deaton, who represented tech journalist Naomi Brockwell as an amicus curiae? I'm an idiot. South clarity for LBC secondary market transactions became because he found the injunction to be ambiguous and wide. A whatever is an individual or organization that is not a party to a legal case but is permitted to assist a court by offering information, expertise, or insight that has a bearing on the issue in the case. Oh, that's what that is. Deaton cited a paper by commercial contract attorney Louis Cohen that examined all security lawsuits brought in the U.S. since Howey. No court acknowledged that the underlying asset was a security at any point throughout Cohen's examination of security cases in the U.S. Deaton was able to persuade the judge that LBC's secondary market transactions are not securities. The SEC requested an order that does not make a distinction between Lbry, the company's management, and users in an effort to avoid providing clarification for LBC. The judge turned to Deaton and told him, "Amicus, I'm going to make it clear that my order does not apply to secondary market sales." Okay. The ruling in the case came as a relief for many in the crypto community, especially XRP holders. Well, yeah, we're all waiting to see what's going to happen with Ripple. Ripple is currently facing a securities lawsuit from the SEC over the sale of the XRP tokens, and the recent ruling that indicates LBC token sale in the secondary market does not qualify as a security can work in favor for the long-running Ripple lawsuit. A pro XRP Twitter account. Okay. A pro XRP Twitter account said the ruling makes XRP a non-security as well. Jeremy Hogan, he's one of the attorneys that's been covering the XRP lawsuit quite heavily on YouTube. If you are interested in the XRP case, I strongly recommend following Jeremy Hogan as well. Moving on, another user suggested the recent ruling could force a settlement in the Ripple lawsuit and said that's going to kill the SEC court case against XRP. Could this force a settlement? Others lauded attorney Deaton for his continuous work to fight the SEC's overreach, as he has been actively involved in the Ripple lawsuit as well. I'm going to go back to this quote real quick, that this is going to kill the SEC case against XRP. Could this force a settlement? Here's my only issue. If I remember correctly, Brad Garlinghouse or someone from that camp has come out already and said that they absolutely are not going to settle. Which sucks. It just means things are going to take a little bit longer, but it also means, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, it also means that they feel they have a strong case. If these are all businessmen, if they could have settled early and just got it done with and just been like, fuck you, here's some money, I'm out, they probably would have. But now, after it's been such a spiteful, BS case, and again, if you guys haven't followed this case from the beginning, and I'm talking specifically on the XRP case, not the Lbry case, there was so many. I'm trying to think how to word it. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not that smart. And I know I'm gonna completely slaughter the terminology for this, but there were so many times that the SEC basically had egg on their face, basically looked for extensions in time. asked a judge not to allow certain documents and emails, etc., to be used as evidence because it was incriminating to them and it ruined their case. Things like that, where it was just like, you guys suck. You're totally, this whole case that you're bringing against XRP is a sham. Like, you're literally just, you started this giant case hoping you would find something, and you didn't, and they're eating you alive. And that's how I felt about the whole thing. Anyway, per usual, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think this is a win for crypto? Do you think this is just nothing that's that important? Do you think, here we go, here's a fun one. Do you think that the XRP case will actually be over this year and we'll have a judgment? There's a good one. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, y'all, moving on. FTX sister company Alameda Research sues Voyager Digital for $446 million. What? Alameda, we're broke. We're in court. Please give us money. All right, FTX lawyers claim that Voyager Digital was complicit in its own collapse by knowingly or recklessly channeling customer funds to Alameda. Embattled crypto investment firm Alameda Research is suing bankrupt crypto lender Voyager Digital in an effort to claw back loan repayments that FTX made before it collapsed in November. Lawyers managing the FTX and Alameda bankruptcy case sued Voyager for $445.8 million in a Delaware court on January 30th, which was yesterday. While both companies filed for bankruptcy in 2022, Voyager's Chapter 11 filing came 4 months earlier in July. Following Voyager's filing, the crypto lender demanded repayment of all outstanding loans to FTX and its affiliate investment firm Alameda. According to FTX lawyers, filing on behalf of Alameda, these loan repayments are eligible to be clawed back as they were made so close to FTX and Alameda's own bankruptcy in November. FTX claims it paid Voyager $248.8 million in September and $193.9 million in October. The exchange also made $3.2 million interest payment The exchange also made a $3.2 million interest payment in August, according to the court filings. FTX acknowledges allegations that Alameda used FTX customer deposits for its risky investments, but added that Voyager and other crypto lending firms were also complicit, knowingly or recklessly funneling customer funds towards Alameda with little or no due diligence, it stated. Voyager's business model was that of a feeder fund. It solicited retail investors and invested their money with little or no due diligence in cryptocurrency investment funds like Alameda and Three Arrows Capital. The embattled crypto exchange hopes to repurpose any reclaimed funds to repay some of its creditors. Some of them, just some of them. FTX had planned to buy Voyager out of bankruptcy before its collapse in November. In a separate development, FTX has asked the court to exclude 2 of its Turkish subsidiaries from the bankruptcy proceedings. In a motion filed on January 27th, the company has asked for the exclusion of FTX Turkey and SNG investments, and it believes U.S. courts have no jurisdiction in the country, and customers had already begun private claims against the company. The orders entered by the court do not have legal or practical effect in Turkey, and the debtors have no reason to believe that the Turkish government will comply with this court's orders, the filing stated. I don't know, man. I think this just sounds like a bunch of people just slinging mud, pointing fingers, trying to get money where they can. I'll tell you what, man. The lawyers in all of this nonsense are making tons of money. These lawyers are cleaning up. All right, moving on, guys. Final news article of the morning. More XRP news, guys. I think the closer and closer we get to the end of this SEC XRP thing, you're going to see a lot more news popping up. I think it's great for the crypto community, honestly. Again, no matter how you feel about crypto or how you feel about XRP, I think all of this is great for the crypto community in general. This is the closer and closer we get to a decision through this, and I think they're going to win. I do 100%. That's my opinion. Again, don't use that as financial advice, but I've got a strong. I absolutely 100% believe they're going to win or get a settlement. I don't know if they want to settle, like I said earlier, but I think they're going to get a settlement. There's not going to be a judgment against them, is what I'm getting at. There is a caveat to this that potentially this was all, this is what I've been hearing people talk about, that it's just an idea, that this was all potentially a orchestrated time frame. Not saying that the court case was orchestrated, things like that, but the bigwigs over at XRP have pushed this case, as well as, or allowed this case to be pushed to when they found the bottom in the market, right? Because why win a case against the SEC in the middle of a really nasty bear cycle? So it's right on time with what these people that I've been hearing kind of rumor about, that this could potentially have been a planned time frame or an orchestrated time frame for the announcement of the settlement in this SEC against Ripple case, right? And like I said, it's looking like it's right on time, and that's great, because give this like another, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, we could probably be seeing that we could potentially be on our way out of the bear. And if this settlement comes down March, April, May, June, that's great. What a kickoff, right? I'm sure that when this settlement comes through, if XRP wins, if it is a motion in the direction of XRP, whether it be a settlement or an actual just flat out win, strong possibility that XRP is going to PUMP. So again, like I said, what a great kickoff for the next bull. So again, I'm rambling too much, guys. Like I said, I had a rough time waking up this morning, so I can't stay focused or on topic. So let's finish this. Let's get you guys out of here. Let's get you news and get you on with your day. All right. Montenegro's prime minister announced a central bank digital currency or stablecoin project with Ripple. The Balkan country currently uses the euro instead of its own national currency. Montenegrin Prime Minister I'm so terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry. Dritan Abazovic. I'm a moron. Don't listen to me. Has announced on Twitter that his country is pursuing a digital currency in conjunction with Ripple. That gentleman met with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Vice President James Wallace at Davos. All right, so another side caveat, guys. This is what I was talking about yesterday. If XRP somehow, out of some crazy black swan event, gets a negative judgment in this case, or loses, or however you want to call it, they're not going to be over. They're not going to go to zero. They're not going to be done. They're just not going to do business in the U.S. They're going to go to all these other countries and continue to do business. What are they doing right now? They're already setting up the building blocks. So, moving on. Wallace is Ripple's vice president for central bank engagements and CBDCs. Abazovic apparently had something like a central bank digital currency in mind in his announcement. As he stated in thread, in cooperation with Ripple and a central bank, we launched a pilot project to build the first digital currency or stablecoin for Montenegro. The exact nature of the political or potential future digital currency is unclear. However, as Montenegro currently has no national currency of its own, Balkan nation has used the euro as its currency since 2002, when the transnational currency was introduced. Despite the fact that Montenegro is neither part of the Eurozone nor a European Union, an EU member, Montenegro applied for the EU membership in 2008. I'm sure this is a tweet about what was going on. The Montenegrin government has been angling for a place in the cryptocurrency industry for months. It has developed a reputation for its acceptance of crypto, and it held a panel titled Future Now in April that Ethereum co-creator Vitalik Buterin attended. Buterin was reported granted Montenegrin citizenship at that time. The project with Ripple was widely covered by local news outlets when the announcement was made on January 18th, but it took several days for the news of the project to reach the international community. A Ripple advisor promised new activity in CBDC deals last year, mentioning Bhutan and Palau specifically among several pilots in progress. The company is also a founding member of the Digital Dollar Project, and it joined the Digital Euro Association in February 2022. Guys, read that last paragraph, right? If you're not bullish on the potential of XRP and the deals they're making and what they could potentially do, I mean, you're turning a blind eye for whatever reason. I mean, yeah, you maybe you don't like CBDCs, and I don't either. But if you're here to try and make some money for yourself, right? Some kind of financial freedom. Again, I'm not like this huge XRP ride or die guy. I'm not religious about the project. I'm not tribal at all. I'm looking at the signs going, here they are, man. There's a lot of upside potential. So yeah, I mean, just look at all the partnerships they're making. Look at all the thing, and not just in the United States. This is worldwide. XRP ain't going nowhere, y'all, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. But aside from that, guys, let's look at Bitcoin one last time before we get out of here. Let's jump over to the 4 hour. Wait. All right. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just watching these trend line, or these, yeah. I'm just watching these trend line guys. These resistance and support levels right in this range. I mean, in all reality, between my red, my 22.336, and my 23.876. Until we get some movement above or below these, this is sideways movement for me in my mind. Keep an eye on it, guys. Tight stop losses, trade conservatively, not financial advice. Be smart. Outside of that, guys, if you do enjoy the content that I provide on this channel every day, Monday through Friday, every morning, give you the news, a little bit of chart updates, etc., please subscribe to my channel. Turn on this bell up here in the top right for notifications. Like the videos, watch the videos, and I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I said that backwards. Told you guys, bad day. All right, y'all, late.